Given that you're on the internet, you've probably heard at least a few ads for this thing called BackBlaze. If you haven't, they're an online computer backup service. You pay them $6 a month, install their program on your computer, and upload all of your data to their servers for them to keep safe. The thought is that if you have a data disaster, they'll help you get your stuff back, either by letting you download it from the site or by sending you a flash drive or hard drive with your data on it. I've been using their service for about a year, and last month the big one finally happened. Both of my hard drives crashed and burned, bringing my almost 5 terabytes of data with them. No problem, I thought. I've got BackBlaze. So, how did that go for me? Well, first I had to actually get my stuff back. Comcast has a 1 terabyte data cap, so downloading it all wasn't gonna work, and BackBlaze's flash drive recovery option has a limit of 256 gigabytes. Having them ship me 20 flash drives seemed impractical, so I went ahead and chose to have my data delivered on a hard drive. After I selected all the files I wanted restored, this message popped up telling me that the restore would take an additional 5 days since it was over 1.5 terabytes. That's fair enough, I suppose. I was able to just download the files that I needed for work that week from their website, so there wasn't any downtime while I waited for the drive to ship. After confirming that the 5-day wait was okay, it took me to the billing page. You see, BackBlaze does sort of make you pay to restore your data. While downloading it is free, ISP data caps notwithstanding, if you want them to ship you a flash drive, it's $99, and if you want them to ship you a hard drive, it's an eye-watering $189. That said, when you get whatever drive they send you, it's yours to keep if you want. If you don't want to need it, you can ship it back to BackBlaze at your expense, and they'll refund you the $99 or $189. For me, it cost about $15 to ship it back with the USPS, and I got my refund in about a week. Not a bad deal for getting a hard drive overnighted to me. Because yeah, they overnighted it. It did still take the promised 5 days for them to load all my stuff onto the drive, but the next day FedEx was knocking at my door. Needless to say, it was a big relief to have all my data back in my hands. Now I just had to get it onto my new storage system. So I took the hard drive out of the packaging, installed WD Secure on my computer as per the instructions included in the box, and unlocked it with the key BackBlaze provided on their customer portal. Time to copy it all over. This is where I ran into the only real hiccup I had during the process, but it was quite a big hiccup. After I had finished copying everything over, I found that some folders were inaccessible, giving me the error, "You do not have permission to access this folder," when I tried to open them. That's fine, I thought. Things are bound to happen when copying over that much data at once. I'll just copy these folders over again. When I checked the hard drive BackBlaze had sent me though, I got the same error when trying to access those same folders. As far as I could tell, this happened in a few places, so I ended up having to download about 300 gigabytes of data from BackBlaze's website, which, to be fair, went very smoothly. But this error really did throw a wrench in the whole "I feel like all my data is safe and sound" thing that they talk about in their ads. Credit where credit's due, the folders that were messed up on the hard drive were safe and sound on their servers when I went to download them again. The problem is, though, that I realized things weren't right pretty much immediately, but BackBlaze only lets you access and recover your files going back 4 weeks. What if 6 months down the line I discover that something else is missing or corrupted? It'd just be gone at that point and I couldn't do anything about it. I'm pretty sure I found all the corrupted folders and that I recovered everything successfully, but I'll never be 100% sure. While we're still on the subject of the aftermath of all this, I do have a quick note on the backup process. The first time you upload your files, it does take a while. For me, it took an entire month. That's not BackBlaze's fault, but I do wish there was a reverse recovery process, like I send them a hard drive with all my stuff on it and the backup starts from there. Just gonna drop that idea in the suggestion box. Anyways, after you do a recovery, you don't have to re-upload all your data, thank goodness. You just adopt the backup, which does take a few days to get sorted out, but once the process is finished, everything will be pretty much right where you left it. It's the same deal when you move your data to a new computer. Even if it's a different physical hard drive, as long as the data is the same, BackBlaze will look at it all when you start the adoption process and it'll reconcile it with the existing backup. Unless you're going from a Mac to a PC or vice versa. When I switched operating systems a few months back, I had to re-upload all my data, which was no fun. I get that there are probably technical reasons for why this is the case, but I feel like it's worth the effort to get it figured out. Of course, I'm not the one who would have to do it, so obviously I'd think that. But what to make of all this? To be honest, I used to not get local backups. I mean, if I can just use BackBlaze, why do I need to back up all my data to a hard drive sitting in my house? After this whole experience though, I think I get it. With local backups, there's little to no downtime when something goes wrong with your main drive, and you're probably not going to run into that same weird issue that I had with BackBlaze's recovery drive. That said, I'm not going to stop using BackBlaze because that would be stupid. Local backups don't protect you against fire, flooding, or theft, and if something were were to go wrong with my local backup and main storage at the same time, I could be pretty sure that I'd get everything back from BackBlaze and not have to just give up on my life. I'm just not planning on using them as my primary backup going forward. I still think that BackBlaze is a great solution if you're a normal computer user though. For my mom or sister, it'd be perfect, and it could definitely take the place of an external hard drive in their computer's built-in recovery software. But for someone with a lot of data or a somewhat complicated data setup, I wouldn't recommend using BackBlaze as your only backup, or any cloud-based backup solution for that matter. A local backup is gonna be expensive, but worth it to not have to deal with the headache of recovering all your stuff from some data center in California. I've already gone ahead and set one up so I can rest even easier going forward. But if you don't have an offsite backup yet, you absolutely need one because of the aforementioned possible disasters that could happen to your house. And for that, BackBlaze is a really solid, well-priced solution. Anyways, I hope my misfortune has been useful to you. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it, and if you want to see more videos that aren't like this but are informative, at least to some extent, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Hope your day is good. Or night, whenever you're watching this. Bye.